Hey friends, it's Simon Hurley from Inklipse and welcome to another video. Now this one's a little bit weird because I filmed it quite a while ago. It's usually like Christmas season right now, card making Christmas time, and I'm gonna get right into that. However, I wanted to share this video first because I found it, I had filmed it a while ago and things have been super busy so I hadn't gotten the chance to post it. But I really want to share it because it's a really great video. So in today's video, I used the Perfect Palette stamp set from Gina Designs and Melanie Munchinger, which is a really great set. It's super versatile to use and it's really trendy with these awesome wood grain palettes. So I wanted to share it, kind of using it how she had intended to design. I had seen one of her cards and was super inspired by it, so I created one, and then I also incorporated some of my stamps too to really make it my own style, because we all know I love working with critters, so I used one of my Mythical Mermaids stamp sets and made them kind of peeking out. So you'll see both of those cards in today's video. I wanted to share this because I think it's cool to, use your stamps with whatever you have to really make the set your own style, which is awesome. And with this set, they also have a new Christmas add-on, and I was just talking about Christmas crafting, so I'll have that linked down below as well in the supplies list, so you can check out that one because I think that's super cool as well. Without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and let's turn down my work surface and get right into the video. Alright, so we're in voiceover mode now. So here is the Perfect Palette stamp set. It has the solid palettes, the line palettes, and a bunch of different little accessories for the set. And of course, like I'm going to be doing today, you can combine it with really lots of sets to make it even more versatile. So I'm going to go in and stamp it down with some jet black archival ink, and I'm stamping down one of the palettes, just kind of the detailed image here, and I'm going to stamp 2 layers of it. So what I love about these is they're just those palette wood boards, so you can really create your own fun background patterns like you regularly would in real life with those cool palette walls and things like that. But here I'm just going to create kind of like a crate, and I just flipped the wood grain so you got some different variations of where it's going. Now, like I said, there's the solid images as well, which is super cool. So if you don't want to color these in with markers, you can go in with just inks and stamp it right over top of each other, and it's super easy to line up. So I didn't have to bring this into my MISTI, and you're going to see here I stamped it once, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add a little bit of depth and shading. And to do this, I'm just taking my Simon Hurley Create inks, and when you stamp on top of each other, it's going to create a darker image since they're dye inks. So I'm using the color Gur, which is my brown, and I'm just rolling the ink onto the edges and wiping out any ink that might be in the center. So this just kind of fades it off into the edges and makes it darker from both sides, and you can see again it's really easy to line up since it's just a rectangle. But there is that little bit of lined detail in this as well, so that it kind of leaves a little bit of white space wherever those other detailed lines are. It's kind of hard to explain, but then I'm going in once again, so I actually did 3 layers, and this one is even just farther from the edge, and then you get some really nice, awesome shading. So I did that with both of those boards, and then I'm going to go in after I'm done with that, and I'm just going to add a little bit of texture. So you can see that up close, it looks really cool with the shading. And then I'm going in here with my Distress sprayer, and I'm just going to spray some little droplets on top. And to do that, I'm just pulling the trigger of the sprayer just a little bit so you get some really great texture onto there. And my inks react with water really nicely, so it creates some really cool looking, almost weathered wood texture. Now, I wanted to just let you know you could totally leave it smooth if you want to. You don't have to add those spraying of the water. So then it's super easy to cut this out. You can either leave a little bit of a border if you want to, or you can just go right up to the edge. And again, super simple to cut out, which I love. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my Mythical Mermaids stamp set, and you could totally use these with the tail on it. There's lots of really awesome images in there for an under the sea background. But today, I'm just going to use the little unicorn and the little bear, just the tops of them to be sticking out of this crate, which I think is just awesome. It's almost like a little toy chest. So I think this is super cool. I'm going in with my Simon Hurley Create inks, and I created a palette on my craft sheet here, and then I'm going to go in with just a little bit of a water and a paintbrush on my watercolor cardstock to paint this in. Now this is super simple. I don't really go in and do too much shading or anything like that. You totally could if you wanted to, but I just bring some of the colors in. Here I've mixed 2 of the colors together. I use a little bit of Over the Moon and a little bit of Gur together, and you can either create skin tones or kind of a warmer color like that we did for the stomach of the bear. So I really love to do that and just mix the colors to get whatever color you want. So then I'm painting in the unicorn, and this one is tons of fun too. I was able to go in with lots of different colors from my collection and create a little rainbow kind of hair, I guess, on the unicorn, which is really fun. And they blend together really nicely when you're doing some watercoloring like this. So I'm just using the heads of these. You can tell that they don't have a body here, and that's because it actually goes along with the tail. So I love separating out my stamps like that, so you can stamp on the tail if you want to and add that to the to these little guys and make them mermaids. But it also keeps them super versatile, so if I want to use them like I am today, it's totally up to you. And you could put these guys behind a sentiment banner too, which would be so much fun. But here I cut those two little guys out with a little bit of a white border, and then I'm just sticking them in with their arms hanging out of this little crate, and I think that is absolutely adorable. Sometimes I see sets like this, and I just think of perfect ideas like this to use them with my little critters. So then to create a background for this, I wanted to create almost like a little sunset and kind of a grounding point for that little chest. So I'm adding a little bit of ink blending onto some stark white cardstock. Here I used a little bit of Slippery and Wet, then we're going into some rosy cheeks, and then I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of Remember Me. But these inks blend together really nicely. If you haven't seen it before, you can see it creates a fun new color in between, which I just love. So I used 3 colors here, but it creates a nice purple and orange in between those 2 colors as well, and they blend like butter, which is so nice. So after I'm done blending all that together and creating my background, I wanted to add a little bit more depth and dimension. And so like I said, my inks react with water, so I wanted to go in with my STARGAZER stencil and spray over top of it, and that's just going to create a really fun, interesting background. The stars are just in the background. It's not like we had to add extra ink to it. It just adds a little bit of texture and some interest. So then I stuck these guys up on my background with a little bit of foam tape there so they pop up, and I just think that's so adorable. Now, one of my tips is, since these stamp sets are clear, to figure out which sentiment is going to fit or like which image is going to fit somewhere, I always take the set over my project before I go in and start peeling them off. That way you can really figure out what's going to work best before you commit to it. So I definitely should have waited to adhere this down because I'm doing some stamping on top of it, but thankfully I put lots of foam tape. So I'm going in with a little bit of perfect medium, and I'm going to stamp down the sentiment. I think this is love, and then I also stamped down you, and then I'm just going to go in with some Ranger red embossing powder and emboss it right on top. So I just thought that was super fun. Instead of doing white, I just did this fun color that kind of matches that background, and I think it turned out really cool. So I love that it's on the crate too. It's almost like a little like shipping notice that they might put on or stamp onto there, which I thought was really fun. So that is a super fun, clean card, but it's really playful when you add images like this in there. And I love that this set is so versatile. I saw people putting fruits inside of here and different things like that, so you can really have fun and make it your own, which I love because that card was totally me with those critters in there. So now I want to make a card inspired by Melanie's cards. I saw one that was really close to this, so check out her awesome channel. But I'm going to stamp it down some gur here, and then I'm going to stamp it off once and stamp it onto my project for the second time. So I want a lighter version of this darker color. So I'm just doing some second generation stamping, and of course you could totally use those darker boards for another project as well. Here I'm just going throughout the background, flipping my board again to get the texture flipped, and I'm going to stamp all the way across the background, butting these right up next to each other, and I think 5 boards fit on here, which is really cool. So they were designed to fit perfectly across the card, which I think is awesome, almost like a piece of pattern paper or background that you can create yourself. So after I've stamped all that down, I'm then going to go in and just cut that out like I did with the other one. It's super simple, just a quick rectangle. And then I'm going in with a little bit of gur, and I'm not going to go full force with this. You could make the color really dark. I'm just going to really tap off lots of that color and just go in super lightly around the edge. I made this color a little bit lighter, and I wanted it to stay super light on those edges, but just kind of draw your attention to the center of the card by adding a little bit of interest on the edges and make it not so stark white on the background. So now I'm using the sentiment Celebrate Today, and I've just stamped that in some Remember Me blue ink. And then I'm going to go in and do a floral arrangement. Now this is totally not like me to do, but I love how it came out in the end. So be sure, if you need a little bit of inspiration, maybe look at some pictures of some florals. But basically I stamped a little bit on the, or I started on the bottom and then I kind of mirrored it on the other side as well. So you get 2 even florals there, and they're a little bit different. They're not like perfectly even, so you can see that I flipped it and kind of mirrored the image that I was creating on the bottom. But I love doing these fun little floral arrangements, and I stamp a couple flowers together and then add just as much green as you did with all the colors of the flowers. So I'm just going in with lots of my different colors and stamping all of these fun little florals in. And I love that they included so many different little elements like arrows and little tiny flowers and little bows and things like that. you can really go all in and create tons of designs on these backgrounds. And again, like I had mentioned as well, there is an add-on stamp set for Christmas, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep coming out with some awesome stuff for this palette, perfect palette stamp set, because it really is amazing for all year round, and you can create lots of stuff when you add different things to it. So even think about bringing in different things from your other stamp sets, which I think would be awesome too. So here is my finished little floral bouquets that I created on the top and bottom. They're not perfect, but I think they look really great for this card, and it was really quick and simple. You can make that in about 10 minutes and then run out of the house with it. So I took a Kraft card base that I want for the background, and I'm just ink blending a little bit of Gur ink onto it. So here's a closer look at that finished card, and I had so much fun creating a much more playful card and a really fun and elegant one too. So this set is super versatile, and I really wanted to share. Alright, so I hope you guys really enjoyed that video tutorial. I haven't done a regular just card making video in a while, so let me know if you loved it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Leave me a comment down below which card was your favorite in today's video and if you love this stamp set as much as I do. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you never want to miss another card making video like this one from me. I'll see you guys very soon for hopefully a Christmas crafting video. I'm excited. Have a great day. Bye!